Mommy, wow, I'm a defect now.
What is up, defects? We're back, and it's the new Comic Book Day show. We're bringing you our top 10 ish picks of the week straight from the defects, whether it's for the cover art, whether it's for the story, or whether it's for the speculation. We've got you covered. We've also got you covered on the CBSI front. Okay, Chris Nelms has his new comic book day pull list over on the comicbookinvest.com website. So there's going to be a link to that in the description. He's got the full list of variants, all the ratio variants. He's got his picks of the week. So now we got you covered on all ends for new comic book day. So definitely go give that a look as well. So without further ado, let's get into these books.
Defects. First up from Behemoth Comics, we got Heavy Metal Drummer #1. How do you say no to this comic book? He got the Black Sabbath cut-off t-shirt on. He got his lightning striking his drumsticks from Kiefer Finlow and Luca Velasco. It's 1986. Under the streets of Los Angeles breeds seeds of a gruesome interdimensional conflict between order and chaos. Enter Dave, the drummer, a junkie heavy metal drummer whose life is about to get a whole lot shittier. Guys, it's the 1980s. We got Cocaine Nights from the 1980s. How did this got to intertwine with it somehow, right? Definitely going to be a read for me.
Listen, all I know is if we finish early enough, I think lightning's going to strike my drumstick. So let's hurry up here.
I don't know how to follow that up, but we got Spawn 326 coming out this week, guys, from Image. Todd McFarlane, you know how he is. And let me tell you, this is solely because of that badass bike that's on there. We went from heavy metal to heavy metal with this motorcycle. I mean, this is a badass cover right here. New York City is rocked by the appearance of the supervillain Sin, and who knows what's going to happen from there. So if you guys are following Spawn, this might be one to pick up, but I think it's just a dope ass cover.
Yeah, man, it looks like one of those heavy metal magazine covers from back in the day.
All right, I've been waiting for this one because we spoke about this when it first came out, #1. So this is from Image Comics, Newburn #3. So we talked about this when #1 hit, and I actually didn't read 1 and 2 until about 2 weeks ago, and I was like, wow, I have to keep reading this, and I have to bring it up in New Comic Book Day again. So from Chip to Zdarsky, basically Newburn is an ex-detective who now is basically a fixer slash private investigator for the different mob families in the city. Kind of feels like I'm a big Ray Donovan fan on Showtime, except for the last movie that just kind of summed up the series, which basically sucked terribly. But it kind of has a Ray Donovan feel to it, so that is what drew me into it even more. But Chip does a really, really good job writing this. So if you haven't checked this one out, you guys may want to because it's pretty good.
Next up, boys and girls, Daredevil, Woman Without Fear, #2 from Zdarsky and De La Torre. It's a Devil's Reign tie-in. I'm not a big fan of tie-ins. This tie-in is awesome, guys. If you haven't read issue 1, last issue showed a little bit of Elektra's past. A foe from her past comes and visits. It's a little bit of an origin story. It goes back to her training with Styx. It shows how she was recruited into the Hand. And lastly, it ends with Elektra being tracked down by the best hunter in the game, Kraven. So what's issue 2 gonna bring? An epic battle between Elektra and Kraven. Wilson Fisk tied in there, Daredevil tied in there, Spider-Man, and all the Thunderbolts from Wilson Fisk's army. Guys, this story arc is good. This tie-in is good. You definitely gonna want to pick it up for a read.
Jay's digging the tie-ins recently.
Yep.
Darkhold, now Devil Woman Without Fear.
Yep.
Turning over a new leaf for 2022.
Well, you know what it is? She was such a major part of that Daredevil run with her in the Daredevil costume. And she's taking on this different persona of not killing people. Well, trying not to kill people. So Zdarsky's killing it, man. As long as you have a good writer tying the stories in, which he's doing, can't go wrong.
Bringing it back, defects for this week. X-Men Legends number 11 from Marvel. This Ken Lashley homage to New Mutants 98, which we all know and love, and obviously the first appearance of Jay's favorite character, Deadpool. Um, you know who drew the first one, right? That guy, Rob. I do not have a foot fetish, Liefeld. So that'd
Bringing
be
it
one to pick
back. I
up.
like the homage. I like it. Back to back Image comics for me, huh? Guys, I am pumped. It's been since August. Nocterra's been off since. Coming back, Image Comics, Nocterra number 7. Okay. Scott Snyder, Tony Daniels are back at it. Val is back. Look at her looking dope on all those covers. We got Cover A, the 1 in 10 Simpson. Nice. The Fabok 1 in 25. Gorgeous. 1 in 50 Hutchinson. That's nice too, but that 1 in 100 Martinez is fantastic. I love that. I'm ready to just see what happens here. I'm ready to see what Val's up to. You know, Blacktop Bill is going to be trying to throw a wrench into things, and they're trying to find the light still. So, guys, if you haven't read this, you're like Guy always says, you must be living under a rock.
Defects, before we go any further, we got to get to our sponsors. First up, my man Erod 212 Express Comic Book Pressing for all your pressing and cleaning needs. Defects 10 gets you 10% off. Not only that, Erod will pass along his discount from CGC and CBCS. Next up, everybody's favorite Beaver, Mutant Beaver Comics, one of the world's largest online retailers for exclusive variants, shipping worldwide. That's right, worldwide. Tell Pat and the B-Man the Defects sent you.
Back to the books.
Speaking of Image defects, we got Geiger, the 80-page giant, number 1. A ton of writers in here, a ton of artists. We're going to highlight Jeff Johns, Peter Tomasi, Brian Hitch on some of the artwork. The first story introduces a brand new character in Redcoat and his ties to the American Revolution and Geiger. The origin of Barney, the two-headed dog that belongs to Geiger. We got origin stories of Bonnie Borden, Goldbeer, and Safari Bob. And guys, Geiger was such a good read in 2021. If you've read all 7 issues, this is going to pick up with a little bit of the origin of Joe Glow. Not only that, Jeff John and Gary Franks are giving you a preview of the upcoming series that ties into Geiger, Junkyard Joe, who we've seen in issue 6 and 7 of Geiger. So if you're a fan, Atomic Wasteland, Las Vegas, such a good read, one of the top reads of 2021. You're going to want to pick up this 80-page giant size.
Dude, I thought on the cover that was Punchline for a second. Kind of looks like a Milky Way.
Yeah, that's Bonnie, dude. And listen, you got the cover A, right? And you got that cardstock variant. If I'm buying one of them, I'm buying the cardstock. It's the first appearance and first cover of Redcoat. Who knows how long he'll last in the Geiger series? Who knows if he'll get his own series like Junkyard Joe did? So, might be a nice little investment grab and definitely a good read. So, you can't go wrong.
There you go. Image heavy this week. I like it. Guy Forge.
Changing it up for this one. Doing a little Dynamite love this week, guys. Red Sonja Valentine's Day Special, number 1. Little love in the air, and why not for this beauty? Maddie Forge says it. Sucker for a redhead, and what's not to love about this cover, ladies and gentlemen? Defects, hottest artist out right now. Soza Mayaki. I said it before, and I'll say it again. She can Soza Mayaki. I love this. I love everything about it. Sick cover. I love the white, the minimalistic, and then obviously that beauty right in the middle. What's not to love? Dynamite. Hit it out of the park this week.
Guy, are you going to be my Valentine?
Always, Jay. Always.
Okay. Are you going to Soza Mayaki, though?
That's. We still got to figure that one out.
Oh, after that comment, I was gonna say, you know, I think the lightning hit my drumstick already, but I can't say it after, you know, after the love fest that's going on here between you two. Okay, so just gonna move on. Finishing off our top 10-ish, even though that wasn't 10, but we do have some honorable mentions. We have the Amazing Spider-Man number 88 from Marvel Comics, cover A, and obviously the 1 in 10 Gleason design variant, which we know Guy Forge loves. Guys,
Ugh.
while back, Jay and I did a little spec video. One of my books was the first appearance of Ashley Kafka. Well, in this book, we have the first appearance of Queen Goblin, who is Ashley Kafka. So obviously her first appearance has definitely gone from a $2 book to about a $25 book. So I have a feeling that this book is probably going to be, you know, going for above cover on day one. So yeah, so purely for me, it's just a first appearance pick up on this one. So before we get into those honorable mentions, I want to mention that, guys, we have our 7,500 giveaway. So you know how to enter. It's basically you comment on any video. The more comments you put on, the more videos you put on comments on, you have more chances to win, because we're just going to pick a random comment from a random video for the 7 or 8 prizes that we have. So obviously, you got to better your odds. I see Guy Forge doing something like he's catching goldfish. I'm not sure what he's doing, but
I'm picking comments.
Oh, you're picking comments. Got it.
Yeah,
that would have made more sense. You know.
I mean, come on, catching goldfish is the thing to do. Haven't you seen Cobra Kai?
It's a good point. It's a good point. Those are koi. He's playing it koi. Get it?
Wow.
Maddie
said it. Maddie said it before. I'll say it again. Honorable mentions this week, guys. You got super massive number 1. That's what Jay says when he walks in the bedroom. From Image Comics, you got the first appearance of Inferno Girl Red, and then you have the first appearance of Rogue Sun. So, you know what, guys, if you're into first appearances, we didn't talk about this book, but we're mentioning it because, hey, you might want to grab it. Also, what Jay says when he walks in the bedroom. And next up, you guys, you have Savage Spider-Man number 1 from Marvel. Possible first appearance of the Immaculatum. Yes, the Immaculatum. Kind of like Ejaculatum, it sounds like. They are mentioned in the solicitation for number 3. We're just keep talking about what Jay does in the bedroom tonight. So, you know what? We'll end it with that. So, defects.
Infatuate him.
Oh, there you go.
All right, guys, that wraps up the new Comic Book Day show. Guys, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Coming up this week, Wednesday night, we got our live show. You're definitely going to want to catch that. And Thursday, we're dropping a speculation video and some more defect specs. So for the depressible defects, we'll catch you on the next new Comic Book Day show.